hurt people hurt people. If you're unfulfilled and you don't have it for yourself to be filled up, you're going to try to pull it from somebody else. You're going to think that they're going to fill that void or that hurt or that pain or whatever the things you've been through your past that will really hold you back from your success in so many areas. Hey guys, Coach Kimmy here, and I just wanted to share with you about my course. So I created a course, and it is called A Complete Emotional Breakthrough, and it's just something that I want to say, if you struggle with living in your past and you struggle with like letting go of things in your past, this is definitely for you. And that's exactly why I created it, because it took me way too long, longer than I ever wanted to let go of the things that were hurting me and holding me back. So it's kind of like this. When we are children, the things that we've seen, the things that our parents have like influenced with, monkey see, monkey do, and also the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. A lot of times you're influenced by whatever your parents have imprinted. And I like to think of that. In our unconscious mind, there's an imprint from the things that have happened to us as children. And a lot of times we think that that doesn't matter now. But they're called unconscious programs that run us whether we like it or not. And I never knew what it meant to be codependent. I didn't know what they meant. Why does a codependent attract another codependent? A lot of times when you're empty inside because maybe you haven't had the love or the care and support that you needed as a child, you'll want it from somebody else as an adult. And you're going to try to fill that void by trying to find somebody that's a match for you. But what happens is this: hurt people hurt people. If you're unfulfilled and you don't have it for yourself to be filled up, you're going to try to pull it from somebody else. You're going to think that they're going to fill that void or that hurt or that pain or whatever the things you've been through your past that will really hold you back from your success in so many areas. I have to say, I was held back emotionally. I was held back, financially. I was held back in so many limited ways because I didn't know. My unconscious mind kept the imprint of the programs that were imprinted to me as a child. So I just want you to know the course is A Complete Emotional Breakthrough, and it's basically eight modules, but in each one, so like module 1 is creating your superpowers, right? Where emotional pain comes from. And I just really go over where it comes from, emptying out the U-Haul truck. I teach you how to empty out your U-Haul truck, because a lot of times we're filled with the stuff that our mother has given us, the stuff that our father has given us, the stuff that people have hurt and harmed us through our life. And we need to be able to unload that healthy and well, right? It's like sometimes we're so bitter, we're so angry because people have hurt and harmed us. However, that will actually hold you back. So if you don't push forward to be able to let that stuff go, you don't have to deal with it. You could just look at it and banish it into the sea of healing, and you'll be free of it. It makes a big difference. I think, how did I get free? It was for doing the things that I'm going to help you walk along the path and guide you through how I did it. And trust me, when I forgave the people that didn't deserve me to forgive them, I was free. And that's the thing. The other person that hurt and harmed you is free. They don't even care a lot of times because they're hurt and wounded. So they're so self-centered, I want to say. And a lot of times either narcissists or they're just so self-centered that they're never thinking about you and hurting other people. They're just surviving, right? But they're going to hurt a lot of people around them if they're living in survival mode. Why? Because that's the process of pain. That's a process of holding on to stuff that people have done to us and we haven't let it go. And then you live out of those programs. So that's the problem, right? So when somebody else hurts us, then we'll hurt somebody else without realizing it either. That's what we do. Hurt people hurt people. Damage people damage people. So I know that when I was hurt and damaged as a kid, I would hurt and damage other people, not on purpose, consciously, right? We do these things unconscious, and there's a blind spot that we have that people can see our blind spot, but we can't see our blind spot. So a complete emotional breakthrough is something that I really believe that you'll benefit and get like tremendous freedom inside, right? There's so many emotional things going on inside. If you feel like sometimes you have emotions that run you like a roller coaster, then this is definitely going to be a great breakthrough for you to be able to help you walk you through the process of really getting healthy and whole, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. When you get emotionally well in all those other areas, it feels like money just attracts to you and follows you. You know, and a lot of people, I know that sometimes I'll hear people say, well, I really don't want that much money. But why not? You know, it costs more money to eat healthy and well, and to exercise, and to get a personal coach to, you know, exercise and eat healthier and teach you how to do more things in life. You know, like, why wouldn't you want more money? You should, you know, especially if you're capable of it and you have the potential to earn more money. And money is energy. It's this form of, you know, it's a value that you exchange with somebody, right? So the more that you get better at what you know and what you've learned and what you do, you could become a master at that. But I'm going to tell you, if you really unload all these negative belief systems that maybe you've had passed down to you, the freedom comes that you get smarter, you get more educated, you get smarter, and you just keep going and growing, and that's when finances follow you. And it's a beautiful thing, because don't you want to go on vacations? Don't you want to be generous to overflow into other people's lives? For me, man, nothing feels greater than being generous, right? If you can be generous, you are so fulfilled inside, because it feels so good to bless other people. But like Newton's law says, the law of attraction, whatever you give out comes back to you. Whatever you give out comes back to you. So if we give generosity and love and care, it'll come back to you. It's a law. So Newton's law is the 5 balls that when you hit one, it comes back, disconnects, and then 1 comes back. When you hit 2, 2 come back, disconnects, and 2 come back. It's funny though, I thought when you do 3, it actually disconnects and then comes back 3. So, and then when you do 4, it does the same thing. It's a law of the universe. You cannot defy this law. Whatever you give out comes back. So that's why I feel like this is so well done. I put affirmations in there to help you unload. So if you forgive somebody and you unload the things that were in your U-Haul truck, it's funny, one of my friends said, I don't have a U-Haul truck. I have a, what did he say, an 18-wheeler. And the tires are all broken down. I said, well, we can unpack that 18-wheeler too. So that's the first part of it. And there's 7 lessons within that first part. And they're short. I did slideshows so you can see things. I love visual. I feel like visual just helps so much more, because the more you're using your 5 senses, the quicker you get to unload things out of your U-Haul truck, because the things that were wired into our unconscious mind were from our 5 senses. Now, when we want to wire something new in there or get something out, we use our 5 senses to do it, and it makes it so much more impactful, and it helps you heal quicker as well, because you're seeing it, you can write it, you're hearing it, and you're saying it. So those are 4 of your senses that will do that. You know, we were formed by our 5 senses. The things that we seen, the things that we touched, the things that we smelled, the things that we tasted, you know, and the things that we've heard throughout our life. You know, if people argued all the time, you heard those things. You know, if people told you good things in your life, you've heard those things. And that's going to wire into that unconscious mind. It's going to help you and bless you and fill you, right? That's what's so good. All right, so that's the first part of it. The second part is creating significance. The benefits of strategic emotional healing. Huge. And then that also has 7 lessons that are short, but these are good things to memorize, right? Because when there's instant anxiety or stress or things going on in your life, you can instantly have these memorized. I've memorized so much of them. PIBA with an LL. It's from the book, The Four of Agreements. P, personal. Don't take it personal. It's not about you. I, impeccable. Be impeccable with your word. Mean what you say and say what you mean. And then B, best. Do your best and forget about the rest. A, assume. Don't assume. It gets you into trouble every single time. And then LL, and so the 4 agreements made a 5th agreement. LL, learn to listen. And then I added a 6th agreement. Listen to learn. Listen to learn. And let me tell you, it makes such a difference when, you know, if someone talked about you or you heard somebody say something about you. I handle so many things so much better because I memorize these things, and so can you. The more that you imprint into that mind new records of healthy things, the healthier you become. I don't take it personal. So if somebody talks about me, I know that they have their own stuff. I have the sweaty palm conversation and talk to them about it to connect and clarify things so that you don't keep assuming more things and feeling more hurt and wounded. So it's important to learn how to work through this process and of banishing old programs and creating new ones. And that's what I do. We first unload everything, get it off and out of you. We get into the sea of healing, and then we start rebuilding and making new programs into your conscious mind to go into your subconscious mind, which becomes your autopilot. So super good, guys. This is good stuff. The third one is unique and authentic, that you're unique and authentic, and it's your personality style. I love learning personality styles. They're so good because it helps you to realize who you are, what your identity is, what's your strengths, what's your limitations, and to see your blind spots. And then once you realize that, it's so much easier to connect with yourself, to self-love, to self-care, to know how to treat other people because of their personalities. I kind of teach you not just your own, but I teach you other personalities as well. All right, then tapping into magic. This is one of my favorite. Your God-given free superhero powers. And that's module 4. And these are our intellectual mental faculties. There's 6 of them. There's 6, but I just added a couple extra things in there. There's 7. 7 intellectual mental faculties, and then I added a meditation in there too. I have a lot of worksheets in here, and this is the best part about it is you get to do it what's best for you. If you love filling out worksheets, which I really feel like, again, the more you work the program will work for you. You're going to get healthy and whole, and you will become complete. I promise you, money back guarantee, because I know that these things, if you do them, will absolutely work for you. And you will shift and you'll change and you'll grow and you'll transform because it's going to imprint new programs. And that's the best part. So it worked, and I know it works, and it will work for you too. So number 5, creating happiness. How much does your environment matter? And then I really go through with you building your culture, shifting perspective, tapping into your marvelous world inside. And that is 5. Yeah, I really go into some good science things in there and unleashing your confidence, how to conquer your environment. So it's going to be excellent about learning about that too. And then I do another meditation. I do worksheets through the whole entire course as well. And then 6. And always remember, when you're doing the worksheets, you're doing your 5 senses again. You're writing, you're seeing, you're saying it out loud, and then you're hearing it. So it'll wire in so much quicker. And then we got 6, waking up with joy. 7 levels of awareness. That's a lot of fun. Let me tell you, when you learn that, it's like ding, 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 ding. All of a sudden, so many things become clear. Your mindset becomes clear. Your understanding becomes clear. You understand life so much better. You know what love is. You realize what you were running in throughout your whole life. I ran in animal instinct and survival, which I was shocked that I didn't even know what those things were. You know, so it's really good to really granularly break these things down for you so that you could realize and become the person that you want to be. So 7, powers beyond ourselves. It's the 7 universal laws, and I really go into the universal laws, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect, And there's 7 of them, and it's awesome. And you have a worksheet with that too, with all of them. So it's so fun because you become full of wisdom and you become super smart. We were made for fuller expression and fuller expansion as human beings. And I'm telling you, this will make you expand and stretch, and it will just help you transform and change, and you will feel so much better and you'll feel so much more complete. And then 8, the new you, self-love and self-care. It's got to end with that because you must go within or else you'll go without. So my course is all about transforming. It's about self-love. It's about self-caring. I have a lot of bonuses in here. The 80-20 rule, betrayal, forgiveness, tips on good character. So it's going to be so fun. And then we give you a discount for recommending a friend. If you know that somebody needs something like this. You know, I did counseling for 27 years. And it was a long time, and it was like thousands and thousands of dollars that I spent, and I still struggled. I still struggled as a victim greatly, and I still felt unloved. I still felt so alone and felt lonely, and I felt just, I didn't know that being unique and set apart was good. I felt like it wasn't good, and I felt like I wasn't loved. I felt not cared about. I felt so many things that weren't true that I didn't have to feel, but I did because it was an old program that was running me, right? So when you learn to banish those programs, you don't live that way anymore. You learn to live a healthy, happy life. You get to choose the things that you want to be around, people you want to be around. You could choose not to be around things that don't serve you anymore. You know, my own bad thoughts didn't serve me anymore. So thankful to disconnect to them, and I don't have to allow them to run my mind anymore or to run my life. Now I get to run my life with my conscious mind, and I get to make good choices that have brought me so much joy. I feel like I'm in the greatest place of my life now. I'm 50, 53, getting younger and younger every year. I feel like the more that you understand about life and the more awareness you become, the healthier and happier you'll be. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you really enjoy my course because it is definitely my heart, soul, and mind that I put into it. And I really tried to figure out like how to break it down. How did I get healthy and well? And that's why if you read my book, I wrote my life story, tragic beginnings to fairy tale endings. Dreams really do come true. And I promise you, your dreams can come true too. You just have to do the work. It's like going to the gym. If you don't go to the gym, you're not going to get the muscles, the toned body that you want, and the beautiful health and wellness that you want, right? Because we need exercise. Exercise is so important for the body. It's like having a filter in a fish tank. You have to move everything around so things could function better. But if you don't, you'll pay the price for dis-ease. Disease happens because we don't take care of the body. But listen, the mind is the same way. It's like disease is in the mind when you don't realize that your mind has to be, it's an 80-20, like I want to say one of the rules for 80-20, 80% is your mindset. 80% of all the things in your life is your mindset. 20% is the skills and everything else that you learn. So you get that mind right, everything else will follow. This is Coach Kimmy. I hope that you have a great day, and I can't wait for you to buy my course, and you're going to be blessed, and you'll never have to be stressed again. Have a great day.